Hello everyone, and welcome to another beer review. Now, I've just done my Christmas Day beer review, which was the Tolly Ale from 1957 and the Duff Beer lager review, and it was actually quite good, quite interesting. I think it went quite well. This is an extra unplanned beer review due to what happened this morning when I opened my presents under the tree, and I received a present from my oldest son, Danila, and I don't know if you really kind of understood what was the whole point of it was, but he's bought me something that I'm going to utilise. I'm going to basically make as much use of it as possible because I'm an opportunist. I'll be totally honest. You know, if I see an opportunity and it's for me, then I'll try and grab it with both hands. And don't lead into that. There's nothing sexual about that, so don't go down there. But what he got me was the 12 Days of Christmas beer kind of calendar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to review them every day until this box is empty. So this is going to be extra beer reviews because I've got other beers lined up for doing over the Christmas period, so I'm going to do a beer review every day all the way till basically New Year's Day. But I'll also be doing some beers after New Year's Day because I've got these to go through, and of course I think they should have started probably at the end of Advent, which was the 24th, which is now the 25th, so I'm a day behind, but I'll only do one a day, so this will drag on a bit. So we're going to do number one. So here we go. Let's try and see if we can get it open. There's a hole. Can I find a hole? No. Do you just push it in? I don't know. Fucking hell. Oh, there we go. Aha! Yeah, you need to just get your finger in there. Once you get your finger in there, that's how the magic happens. Bloody hell. Fuck. I thought this was supposed to be. Fucking hell. Right. Please be a good one, please be a good one. What have we got? Oh. Shit. Right, well. Let's see what we got. Oh God, first thing you see is gluten free. So, it's almost as if he knows me. That love-hate relationship. And it feels like he's put his heart and soul right into it. Thank you, Danila. First one straight out there is a Vocation Heart and Soul IPA. Oh God, there you go. So that's day one of the extra beer review series, which that's what we'll be calling it, the unplanned beer review series. So let's see what it says on it. I don't know how much this costs, but it's 4.4%. It's a 330ml can because obviously they're making money out of this. So Heart and Soul, created from the heart and brewed with the double dose of devotion. This full-bodied fruity beer has all the hoppy goodness of an IPA, but with seriously sessionable, strength. Fruity, tropical, hoppy. I'm sure I've seen that written before in one of their cans. Expect a fruit salad flavour. I mean, straight away, let's be totally honest, if I'm reading any type of basically beer can or bottle that says expect a fruit salady kind of flavour, alarm bells are ringing saying, well, I fucking shouldn't. There you go, you got me swearing already on Christmas Day, and I thought I'm not going to swear in this video. Well, in the previous video I wasn't planning to swear, and I actually did quite well. With bold notes of passion fruit, grapefruit, gooseberry, pineapple and mango. Well, gooseberry's an absolute wonderful flavour to have in the beer, isn't it? I mean, everybody's hankering, everybody's calling out, we need more gooseberry in our beer. It's a flavour, let's be totally honest. My mum used to grow gooseberries. And I remember basically making the mistake of pulling one of the gooseberries off the bush and popping it in my mouth and giving it a right good. Yeah, that was the final result of that, with a lot of, yeah, bitter as fuck. So yes, and of course it's using mosaic hops is one of the things it does. And your beer, our vocation. A brewery is just another factory making a product. It's our people and their passion that make this our vocation. So But apparently this is what we're supposed to be looking for, a fruit salad flavour with bold notes of passion fruit, grapefruit, gooseberry, pineapple and mango. It's fucking umbongo in a fucking tin, isn't it? Christ. Right, okay. Merry Christmas everyone, let's get cracked in and quickly get this done and over. Alright, Jesus God. I'm looking forward to Christmas dinner now, by the way. Right, there we go. Ooh. Now we've done some other vocation ones. I think one was actually quite good and the other one was rank rotten, to be totally honest. So we've had a hit and a miss already with the vocation. Let's see which this side of the divide it's going to fall on. Well, yeah. I'm getting passion fruit, getting grapefruit, maybe a hint of mango in there. No smell of gooseberries, but I'm saying that I couldn't probably tell you what a gooseberry smells like. I'll tell you what a raspberry smells like. Yes, I still haven't grown up and I'm completely and utterly immature and I don't care. So yes, I'm getting these type of aromas. Not the aromas that I probably really look for or really kind of hanker for in a beer. I'll be totally honest. They're not what I class as a kind of natural beer aroma. It's a manufactured, because let's be totally honest, some of these hops that give you these kind of aromas and flavours, they're not natural, they're hybrid hops. They're actually basically grown and pissed about with to change their original characteristics. There you go. So a lot of times people will basically rhyme off hops to me saying, oh, this hop and that hop, oh, I mean, it's just so natural and that's just the flavour that it really gives up and it's wonderful. And you're thinking, well, they don't know it's a hybrid. They don't know that is not an original naturally grown hop. Natural, Mother Nature did not design that hop to give that kind of flavour. In fact, Mother Nature didn't design that hop at all. So there you go. But trying to tell the craft beer fraternity that when you say it's natural ingredients, but when you've had a doctored, hybrid, genetically doctored hop, then that is not a natural ingredient, even though you actually grow it. It's not as nature intended. And this is what the smell you're getting is a lot of not as nature intended. So let's see what it tastes like. Fucking hell. Now that is one mixed match of flavours, by the way. That's umbongo gone wrong. That really is. Jesus. I'm even using the Lord's name in vain for good to see it on his birthday. Jesus God, oh, I am going to hell. I'll be totally honest, I was already going to hell. My seats are already booked. We're all just waiting to see who was going to join us. Yeah, that's not nice and that's definitely not present. I'll be totally honest, that's going down the sink. That is just dreadful. There's just too much going on, too many flavours. They're all kind of clashing and trying to fight with each other. It doesn't really taste like beer. It doesn't really taste like IPA. There's no real bitterness there. You expect with all these hops you were going to get some sort of bitterness. There isn't even really a bitterness. It's just a clash of off fruit flavours, or not even properly fruit flavours, kind of fruity type flavours. Just because you can identify a flavour that is like pineapple doesn't mean it's actually pineapple, and vice versa, and goes on that way. And it's just the crash is dying down a bit as the mouth gets acclimatised to it. But as it dies down, it just kind of leaves a more watery effect on the beer. So you've got, initially the first couple of tastes, you're getting these kind of really clashes of all these different kind of flavours that really are not kind of blended together and they're not working together. They're separate flavours trying to fight for supremacy. And yeah, it's not very nice. But after a couple of sips, your mouth becomes acclimatised to it, so they're not as so in your face and they've calmed down a bit. But by that point, it just kind of highlights how watery the rest of the actual beer is. As an IPA, it's very watery. As an aftertaste, there really isn't an aftertaste, and there's no bitterness, which you would expect with these type of hops and with flavour profiles that we're saying, like grapefruit and gooseberry and all that. You expect some kind of level of bitterness. It just isn't there. So let's break it down. It's not going to take long. Right, at the start of the mouth, you're getting more of the kind of grapefruit, passion fruit flavours at the start. You've got other flavours trying to kind of get on top of them. You're getting maybe a little bit of mango, a little bit of pineapple, but they're kind of struggling. As it moves on to the mid-tongue, this is where the kind of really, the battleground really kind of kicks off. So you've got the pineapple and the mango kind of coming through kind of more, and all four kind of flavour. I don't know what the gooseberry flavour is, I can't really taste it, there's no bitterness or anything like that. So I'm getting passion fruit, grapefruit, mango, pineapple kind of flavours, kind of all fighting. But you have this slightly kind of pithy, orangey kind of accent coming on top of it as well. And they're all kind of fighting for supremacy, and it's just not particularly present. But they're not particularly strong flavours. And just generally the whole mouth feel of the mid-tongue is actually quite watery, so it's like kind of like a really kind of watered down citrusy kind of beer type scenario. And the you can identify the flavours, but they're not particularly strong, but they're still all kind of trying to fight each other. Moves on to the aftertaste. Now this is the best laugh. Moves on to the aftertaste, and it's more of a slight sensation rather than a flavour. All the kind of fruity flavours really kind of dissipate really, really quickly. And you're just left with this kind of slightly light acidy feel in the back of the mouth, and after you've swallowed, and your aftertaste is just slightly acidic, that's all. There's no real flavour there at all, no bitterness, no nothing. It's quite dreadful to start with. Quite watery and bland in the mid-tongue, and then it's just a non-event in the aftertaste. It really is just, I mean, I don't mind citrus flavours in beer. I'll be honest, they're not my favourite, but I have no problem in that. I mean, some people are really quite adverse to it, and that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. I mean, a lot of people like more kind of traditional flavours in beers. I'll be totally honest, I'm more towards that myself, but I'm quite happy to try new things and appreciate that, hey, well, why not try it a bit, as long as it's well brewed and it's controlled and it's balanced, I don't have a problem with that. Unfortunately, a lot of the craft beers aren't brewed that way, and that's why a lot of the craft beers don't really suit me at all, and they probably get low marks, just because, yeah, they try too hard in some ways, and they forget that they're brewing a beer and there has to be a balance to it. There has to be a start, a middle and an end. It's like a good book. Imagine a beer like a good book. There's got to be a good start, a good middle and a good ending. And a lot of them forget that. They're just so obsessed with trying to chuck as much flavour and different flavours in as possible that you're thinking, you missed the whole point about the actual foundations of brewing. So some people don't particularly like citrus flavours. I can understand that. I don't mind it. They're not my favourite, but I don't mind them, and I'm quite happy to try beers with citrus flavours, and I'll give them an honest appraisal. And if they're well brewed and everything else, and there's plenty of citrus beers that I quite like. I probably wouldn't be my first choice to buy, but I respect them by what they've done and what they've achieved, and I respect that they've actually brewed a good beer. You see, so there's that. This is none of them. This is all over the place to start with. It's very watery in the mid-tongue, and the aftertaste is, you expect the aftertaste to get more bitter and more pithy, and it just doesn't. It just doesn't go anywhere. It just dissipates very quickly and just leaves you this kind of slightly acidic feel, which I'm not saying is unpleasant, but it's just a non-event. It's just like, where's it all gone? As if like the aftertaste was just forgotten about, and just well, we finished early before we got to that. So out of 10 for an IPA and a craft beer. It's disappointing, watery, and quite badly brewed. And it's kind of a start, middle, and an end process. It's just completely imbalanced. There's just not enough there, and the aftertaste is just a non-event. So I'm going to give this a 2 because it really is. It's just a waste of time. I wouldn't recommend it. And if you are into kind of more hoppier beers, which is fine, I have no problem with that, then there's a lot better hoppier beers out there than this. Trust me, there is a lot better. I mean, this is just not a good beer in general, regardless of what hops were used and what flavour profiles they were going for. It's just not good. So, it's a 2 out of 10. It's 4.4%. Is it 4.4% in there? They said, what was it? Where's the bloody thing going? 4.4%, 330ml bottle. It came as part of this kind of Christmas, 12 days of Christmas kind of beer calendar type thing. And we'll be doing all the other ones as well as an extra beer review every day, but we'll also do the main ones that I picked as well. So thanks for watching. Cheers, and bye for now.